all the time and to obey all the relevant here longer than necessary. Honorable Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, the year has seen the revival of the Convocation lecture series of the University of the Gambia after a break of more than a decade. Convocation lectures are a normal event in the life of the university. They afford the university community, especially graduates and the larger society, the benefits of the wisdom, knowledge, and experiences and expertise of persons who are well known in our society or the world over. I want you to kindly join me in welcoming our special guest for this occasion, Professor Jibril Fall of the London School of Economics, who delivered this year's lecture on the topic University Education and Socio-Economic Development in the Gambia. After more than 10 years of absence, the lecture series could not have returned with a better motivator than Professor Fall. It was the most, insightful lecture, which resonated with all, and I am sure the graduates were inspired. Thank you, Professor Fall. It is our hope that we would now have an unbreakable string of annual lectures and renowned persons at home and in the diaspora whom we can call upon to share their thoughts. Let me also extend a warm hand of welcome to our distinguished visiting academics from beyond our borders. Professor Dr. Mohammed Iqbal Chaudhry is the Coordinator General of Comstech in Pakistan. Professor Tope Ogunbodede is the Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University. Professor Usman Chare is the Rector of Gassin Berger University in Saint Louis, Senegal. Professor Mahi Jao is the Rector of Alioune Diop University, Bambey in Senegal. Distinguished gentlemen, you are all most welcome. That you have come this far from home during these difficult times for traveling affirms the strength of the relationship between your institutions and the UTG. We hope you will enjoy your short stay in the Smiling Coast. Last but not the least among our visitors, of course, is our own son of the soil, Professor Mohamedou Oukar, who is no stranger to the university. He was Vice Chancellor of the UTG from 2019 to 2015. In fact, he is the first and only Gambian to date to have Gambia's permanent representative and ambassador to the United Nations based in Geneva. Your Excellency, you are welcome. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it is heartening to say that the same revival spirit that brought back the Convocation lecture is visible and palpable in every aspect of the UTG, from governance, management, finance, academics, programs and research, to staff and student welfare and the operating environment. On behalf of the Governing Council, I most sincerely thank the Vice Chancellor, his management team, faculty, and all staff and students of the university for the successes recorded in the past year. I want to acknowledge the positive contributions of the National Assembly Select Committee on Education, the National Quality Assurance and Accreditation Authority, Gambia Public Procurement Authority, and next year PACE Consulting. The journey has not been easy, and there are still heavy bumps on the terrain ahead. But with the will to change and move forward, every effort is being made to avoid pitfalls and unpardonable repeat stumbles. The University of the Gambia in this day of technology, and after 20 years of existence, should not be considered to be in terms of human chronological age and development stages. The UTG should be exhibiting youthful energy, and I dare say academic exuberance. We should be seen to be punching above our weight, because the huge possibilities within the World Wide Web have opened up to UTG the same library and reference resources as are now available within and to the oldest universities in the world. Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor will give details of our challenges and successes of the year in his address shortly. But I hope I do not sound strange to anyone here when I associate last year with success. In fact, to say 2020 was a difficult year would perhaps be the understatement of the century. It was a most disastrous and tragic year, the impact of whose events has left an indelible scar on the lives of the generations that lived through it. Mercifully, the university community was spared direct loss of life, though many of us grieve relatives or loved ones who succumbed to COVID-19. On this point, I most humbly ask that you join the Governing Council in a moment of respectful silence and prayer for the repose of the souls of all those victims of this disease in our nation. You may be seated. May their souls rest in perfect peace, and may their memory be an inspiration in our collective fight against the deadly virus. All of us witnessed how the COVID-19 state of public emergency disrupted social and economic life and normal processes nationwide. This included the closure of all educational institutions. During those trying moments, the management of the UTG did not sit on their hands complaining. They rose to the challenge and mobilized all the required technology and logistics to run online and hybrid classes and successfully arrange end-of-semester examinations. It was an expensive venture, both financially for the university and emotionally for all involved. But we are here celebrating graduation today because of a proactive and innovative management, the cooperation of faculty and students, and the assistance of MOHAS and the Ministry of Finance. Some GSM companies also made significant discounts on their commercial data charges. Honorable Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, no other group within the university community was more adversely affected than today's graduating cohort. They were able to complete their final year or graduating on schedule. On my own behalf and on behalf of the Governing Council, I congratulate these much relieved and happy graduates. The Governing Council wishes you a most enjoyable day and a very bright future. The university has found you worthy in learning and character. And as we send you forth to the world, we expect each one of you to be a proud ambassador of the UTG by representing our good name and interest and promoting our values as an institution. How many more certificates you garner will be determined by your academic or professional ambitions and other variables that you may or may not be able to control. But the future will certainly throw up many challenges, personal ones, bordering on your character. The extent to which you triumph over those adversities would depend mainly not on your academic qualifications, but on the virtues you possess and the values you embrace. As you venture through life, it will do you well, therefore, to adopt the Rotary four-way test as your moral and ethical guardian angel on the things you think, say, or do. The test of the things you think, say, or do. In an ideal world, a straightforward, unalloyed yes would be an answer. The first question is it the truth? The truth now is much embattled value, and untruths are being redefined as alternative facts. Unfortunately, this phenomenal beast of an aberration is spreading its vicious tentacles in our own local context, over the media and in the streets every day. This is perhaps more poignantly manifested at the hearings of the TRLC. Witnesses come to speak the truth, but in a significant number of times, narrations of an incident in which more than one person are involved have as many contradictory facts as there are narrators. Some, of course, come to deliberately deceive. So much so that one may be forgiven to conclude that the unexpected casualties of the TRLC proceedings are the truth, the Quran, and the Bible. But thankfully, the Commission is working relentlessly and successfully to make good the wise saying that, I quote, the truth itself. The UTG wants you to be known for your truthfulness, wherever, in whatever circumstances you find yourself. There is the popular verse in Scripture that the truth shall set you free. That freedom is not from physical constraints, but from the ravages of your conscience. Be persons with conscience and always speak the truth to protect your integrity. The second question on the test is it fair to all concerned? Fairness as a state of being just, unbiased, impartial, and doing things in accordance with the rules has seen a battering in recent times in our society. Today, fake news, conspiracy theories, misinformation, and negative postings on mainstream and social media platforms are eroding our traditional sense of fairness. They also have the immediate effect of causing social tension and distrust. There is also the alarming display of personal indifference to official health guidelines and protocols against the spread of this deadly disease, even to the detriment of one's family, friends, and colleagues. We urge you to run all your interactions with others against the fairness rule and not be self-centered. You should aim to be paragons of fairness. The third question, will it build goodwill and better friendships? If you ever find yourself in a position of authority, which many of you will, or even in ordinary circumstances, be guided by the biblical edict that you do unto others what you would done unto you. Impunity destroys goodwill and friendship. And as you navigate an increasingly treacherous world, you will need tons and tons of friendship and goodwill. So build bridges of goodwill across whatever divide you encounter to enhance friendly and peaceful relationships. The final question on the test Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Self-serving motivations and actions without due regard for the interests of others is plaguing nations, relations between nations and within nations. Our nation today, whether rightly or wrongly, is bedeviled by perceptions or realities of deep corruption, social injustice, tribalism, religious bigotry, and politics of identity. Decisions you take must not be tainted by any hint of bias or considerations you may view as not belonging. You must avoid being transactional in your dealings with others. The what's in it for me mindset is the root of corruption in our society. My dear graduates of 2021, in our national context, you are a privileged few as university graduates, and so more likely to assume the mantle of leadership within your generation. That leadership will oblige you to comport yourselves with humility, not arrogance. And if you hold yourselves to the Rotary 4-year standard, you will be truly able to serve. Rotarians who commit themselves to that standard are not angels. No angels walk this earth. They are merely determined to do their best to be positively different. The UTG desires each one of you to do your best to maintain being of a worthy character and a good citizen all the time. Good luck. Thank you all for your attention. Stay safe and have a happy convocation.
Thank you very much, Chairman of the University Governing Council. Next, we'll have the goodwill messages to invite Professor Eyitope Egunbodede, Vice Chancellor, University of Obafemi Awolowo University of Nigeria. He will give a 3-minute goodwill message. Thank you.
The President of the Republic of Gambia, His Excellency Adamu Barrow, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Anjum Chaudhry, and other members of management, the Chairman of the Governing Council, Mr. Matthew Ndo, and other members of Council, Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Mariam Jack Denton, an alumni of Obafemi Awolowo University, fellow Vice Chancellors and former Vice Chancellors, other protocols duly observed. On behalf of the Council, Senate, congregation, staff, students of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, I wish to congratulate you, your management staff, and the Governing Council of the University on this auspicious occasion of the 13th Convocation ceremony. Have made this convocation an international event with dignitaries across all walks of life. We appreciate the immense contribution of the University of the Gambia to the progress and development of Gambia and the global community under your able leadership. We thank God for seeing you through all the challenges of administering a university, and we wish you very rapid progress as you continue to reposition UTG for significant contribution to research and innovation at local, national, and international levels. Obafemi Awolowo University will continue to collaborate and work with the University of the Gambia. We thank you for inviting us to this convocation, and we pray for greater success in the years ahead. Please accept our best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. Next, we'll invite the Coordinator General of Comstech, Professor Iqbal Muhammad Chowdhury.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Excellency, President of the Gambia, Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, Excellency, the Ministry of Higher Education and Science and Technology, Honorable members of the government, Honorable Vice Chancellors, academic leadership, graduating scholars, and their proud parents sitting at home and taking joy of this wonderful occasion. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude and the gratitude of Honorable President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, His Excellency Professor Dr. Arif Alvi, who's the chairman of the OIC Committee for Science and Technology. I also express gratitude and felicitation of Secretary General of OIC at this very auspicious occasion. Excellencies, it gives me a great pleasure to address this 13th Convocation of the University of Gambia and to see the President of the Gambia as the chief guest at this important occasion. In this life of this prestigious institution. Presence of Excellency, the President today is the testimony of his own and his government's commitment to education in Gambia and their collective conviction to its. I'm also most happy to be able to greet top academic leadership of this beautiful country at this auspicious occasion. I share the joy and pride of everyone associated with the achievements of new graduates. You enter the world as academicians, professionals, researchers, business leaders, and social activists. Our highest expectations are that you will contribute to your country and humanity at large as professionals of high caliber and moral values. May you bring reason and hope to all whom you touch in your professional and personal life, and may you find your work deeply rewarding. The University of Gambia is setting new standards of academic excellence with the hard work and perseverance of the Vice Chancellor and his outstanding team. I'm very pleased to see the commencement of PhD programs and many disciplines, which is a major achievement. He, the Vice Chancellor, was able to achieve this through the great support he has received from the top leadership of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a knowledge revolution, the world of knowledge revolution, where skills and resourcefulness of young people is the main driver of socio-economic development. Nations must therefore invest in higher education for their talented men and women face the risk of deprivation and marginalization. On behalf of the 57-member State Ministerial Committee for Science and Technology, I would like to assure you that we are in a great depth discussion with the Minister of Higher Education and Science and Technology to initiate special programs for Gambia, and this include special research fellowships, establishment of a virology laboratory, establishment of a center for nutrition and advanced agriculture, and also the training course for retinal surgery in May 2021. Excellencies, my great hope and prayer is that this time to come, the University of Gambia will become one of the leading universities of the Muslim world, will lead to the technology and higher education-based development of Gambia and Muslim Ummah. It is my hope and prayers that this university will reach to the height of scientific and humanistic knowledge, radiating intelligence, confidence, research and graduate excellence into flourishing economy and progressive legal and political system. As I see here today, the bold, bright, and beautiful faces of these young graduates, I remember saying of my late mother when I graduated and brought home a gold medal. She said, "You, my son, you are made of stardust, and thus you will shine like stars." So true it is. It is so true that you all are made of stars. So true it is that each one of you carries with you genetic code of best of human traits, and thus will bring goodness to human race today and always. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with eternal happiness and shower His mercy upon you and your families. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you very much, Professor Iqbal Muhammad Chowdhury, Coordinator General of Comstech. We now have the honor to invite Professor Ousmane Thiaré, Rector of Gaston Berger University, St. Louis, Senegal, to give his goodwill message in 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia and the Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, Adama Barrow. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Touré. Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, and other cabinet members present. Honorable members of the National Assembly, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Muhammad Iqbal Chowdhury, Chairman and member of the University Interim Government Council, venerable religious leader, distinguished invited Vice Chancellor and scholar, and colleague faculty member, and senior management of the UTG, staff and students of the University of the Gambia, friends of UTG, distinguished graduates, members of the media. It is an honor and a great privilege for me to be invited to speak at the 13th Convocation ceremony of the University of the Gambia. Beyond the strong blood ties which unite the Gambia and Senegal, which in fact form one great family and nation, this invitation celebrates and nourishes the fruitful collaboration between our two institutions, University of the Gambia and Gaston Berger University. In fact, Gaston Berger University of St. Louis has a long tradition of cooperation with the University of the Gambia, a cooperation which takes back from several years. Just a few years ago, UGB successfully completed 3 master's programs, mathematics, computer science, and statistics, in which 72 UTG students were trained and some defended the thesis in mathematics, about to be defended in computer science. Our cooperation will now brighter days at the signing of a new MOU yesterday testify it so well. Personally, I will see to it because African universities must unite their strengths to face the numerous challenges facing our continent and find adequate solutions to the development issues. Dear graduates, on this very special day, I would like to congratulate you for your brilliant result obtained during your respective training session. I am very happy to celebrate your success and to share with you this moment full of promise, which will mark, I hope, the beginning of great future career and contribution to the development of your country. Today, you are rewarded for your perseverance and hard work at UTG, this university where you have acquired knowledge and developed skills in different fields. I wish you all the best in your personal and professional project. Wishes for success, wishes for full development in all that you will have to undertake. I would also like to congratulate UTG for the quality of its training program and great commitment of its teaching and administrative staff. In terms of perspective, each institution will promote the exchange of faculty, research scholars, administration, and students for institutional development. Collaborative research may be carried in one or both institutions. The institution agreed to promote collaborative educational activities and exchange of faculty and students. Gaston Berger University shall support UTG graduate programs such as mathematics, statistics and data science, telecommunication, physics and chemistry. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Usman Chari. Honorable Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor, most respectfully, to invite Professor Muhammadu Emoka, former Vice Chancellor, 2009-2015, to give his goodwill message. Thank you.
Saya mandiade alisejam vala ke ado Gambia nyato ko jamando ke adama dunia fe jon man pass man.
Alaikum. Your Excellency, our Chancellor, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Dr. Adama Barrow, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, His Lordship, the Chief Justice, Honorable Secretary General, Honorable Minister of Higher Education and his colleague ministers, Honorable National Assembly member or members, Chairman of the Governing Council, our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Fakir Muhammad Anjum Chaudhry, I will stand on existing protocols, dear learning community of the University of the Gambia. It is incredibly humbling for me to stand before you as your former Vice Chancellor and the first Gambian to have served substantively as your Vice Chancellor for this great university. Your Excellencies, our Chancellor, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, your colleague ministers, the Chairman of the Governing Council, and members of the Council, graduates, faculty, and staff, it is with great pride
humility, and honor to have been requested to give this goodwill statement. It's a detailed one, so I will leave this statement, the details of the statement, for your retention. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, our Vice Chancellor. Congratulations, the learning community. Indeed, we have come a long way as a nation, graduating substantial number of students in varied undergraduate and graduate degree programs, including our very first PhDs earned at home, to be conferred in a moment. This day marks a new beginning in our lives, in your lives. I urge each one of you graduates to dream audaciously. Today, you are turning the pages by graduating from the great UTG. By turning the page is not the same thing as writing the next chapter, which is what you must do. Your future is in good hands, your very own hands. Your graduation and earning a degree is the beginning, but certainly not the end. Graduation is your golden ticket to change our dear country, the Gambia, Africa and beyond. Grow into them. There will be times when your heart talks to you. These will be your moments of truth. And when your heart speaks, you must listen. Being a person of value and righteousness is more important compared to being a person of high achievements or accolades. Please remember that while many people can articulate material possessions, far fewer people can measure values and righteousness and allow these to be their guiding principles. By earning a UTG degree, you have been found worthy, both in learning and character. So therefore, I urge you to be someone with the best of character, with deepest values and righteousness reflected in every action and dealings and embedded in your conscience. What you do in this country or whatever life takes you should always reflect who you truly are. While we acknowledge your success and academic accomplishments today, we equally encourage you to maintain a humble disposition and good character at all. Plus, imagination is power and enlightenment, and will ensure a prosperous and progressive Gambia. Quality information is indeed liberating. Quality education is the premise of progress for an individual, family, and community in every society, and of course, in our dear country. Graduates, I urge you humbly to embrace humility alongside with that UTG degree that you are about to earn and conferred onto you, with all rights and privileges thereto. True education makes us humble, and humility and good character will open doors for you and take you where brilliance cannot sustain you. Make the most of your achieved quality education from this great university by fully engaging positively and substantially with your communities and services to this great country. Always remember, like those graduates before you, UTG trained you to go anywhere in life and be successful, and certain through integrity that success counts. Always remember the diversity of individuals come together to make your life in unison and perfect, and your journey indeed peaceful, as well as the education you received here also to be peaceful and of quality, and to impact the quality of lives of our people beyond the urban centers, all the way to the nooks and to the rural communities. Yes, you've done it. You've earned a good education right here in the Gambia. Time will not permit me to get into everything that I want to share with all of you, for you are the pride of our country. You are the future of this country. You are the hope of our dear country. A lot depends on you. UTG is always here. Please connect with this university and do support it, and go and give time for national service. Your country needs you more than ever. Congratulations, graduation. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, our dear Chancellor and our Vice Chancellor, and the entire is indeed a great honor. The details of the speech will be shared with you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Professor Muhammadu Muka. Next, Honorable Chancellor, sir, members of the Council and the Senate, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I respectfully invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Fakir Muhammad Anjum, to address the convocation.
Professor, Nuina la Santana la Adunangi Professor. Fatuma, Ketuma, Betuma, Africa, Gambia, smiling coast of Africa, Gambia.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia and Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, Adama Barrow, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, His Lordship, the Chief Justice, the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, and other Cabinet members present, Secretary General and Assembly, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Coordinator General, OIC, Comstech, Professor Muhammad Iqbal Chaudhry, Chairman and members of the University Interim Governor Council and past Governing Councils, Mayors and Governors, Service Chiefs, Managing Directors, and Heads of Agencies, my Honorable Vice Chancellor, from our friend universities, from Senegal, Nigeria, distinguished invited Vice Chancellors, scholars and colleagues, faculty members and senior management of the UTG, our former Vice Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, Professor Mamdou Ka, the staff and students of University of the Gambia, dear graduates, friends of the UTG, members of the media, I give Allah the Almighty the glory for the opportunity that I have to stand before you today to deliver my fourth convocation address as Vice Chancellor of UTG. On behalf of the Council, Senate, management, staff and student of the University of the Gambia, with the great honor and privilege, I welcome you all to the 13th Convocation ceremony of the University of the Gambia. It is a special honor to have the Chancellor of the University, His Excellency Dama Barrow, President for the 4th time as the Chancellor of the University of the Gambia. With great pleasure, I warmly welcome you, Your Excellency, and your entire cabinet, eminent scholars and international guests who have traveled long distances to grace this occasion with us. The presence of the Honorable Minister, Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Mr. Badra Juf, is highly appreciated and commend him for his kind and consistent support to the University of the Gambia. We equally appreciate all the government functionaries and the graduates. We have assembled here today to observe the academic tradition of conferring degrees and other academic awards, which we refer to as the convocation ceremony, making the climax of the several years of hard work by students, devotion by the parents, and commitment by the academic staff of the university. It is with deep regret that because of the COVID-19 surge on the second wave, we have to restrict the attendance which is beyond our control. Your Excellency and Chancellor, before I deliver my address, I am saddened to announce that we begin our convocation proceedings on a somber note, as we have lost two dynamic academic staff during the period under review. The deceased staff are Mr. Landing Jayate, mathematics lecturer, and Mr. Jibril Nado, physics lecturer. May I request all of you who are physically gathered here to observe a minute silence as we May Allah rest their souls in perfect peace. Your Excellency and Chancellor, the year 2022 has been a year of struggle to contain pandemic and to continue our vital research, teaching and administration under new and challenging circumstances. I would like to recognize the enormous efforts that colleagues have made to successfully adapt to the new norm. You, the graduates, and the staff have displayed a spirit of resilience and commitment in pursuit of the excellence. In response to the challenges posed by COVID-19, we delivered lectures through online technology-based platforms to our 6,000 students. We provide all lecturers with unlimited internet data cards and dongles to facilitate the delivery of lectures. Similarly, we provided each registered students with free 1500 megabytes for their individual and academic research purposes, and free access to all lecture platforms. The UTG was among the few universities in the sub-region whose academic calendar was not severely disrupted by the pandemic of COVID-19. Honorable Chancellor, today we are very pleased to graduate 973 students in the following fields of learning: agriculture and environmental sciences 33, education 51, arts and sciences 281, business and public administration 281, computer science ICT 53, medicine and allied health sciences 111, faculty of law 57, engineering, architecture 15, journalism 10, and graduate studies 83. Honorable Chancellor, the following new programs are introduced during the year under report: PhD in law, PhD in agronomy, PhD in climate change, PhD in biology, MSc crop protection, MSc agronomy, MSc biology, BSc midwifery, BSc nursery, nurse anesthesia, BSc ped nursing, BSc Peri-Operative Nursing, BSc Physical Education and Health, which are all in line with our National Development Plan. We have equipped our graduates with the relevant skills and we believe they are competent and globally competitive. Part of these graduates is our first cohort of homegrown PhD candidates. We will mark history today for conferring the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Public Administration on these 5 gallant candidates who have followed the prescribed course of study and passed the prescribed examination. I would like to appreciate and experts who from Obafemi, Ovalobo University, Ife University and the University of the Gambia for their pioneering role in conceptualization and successful implementation of the PhD program. I equally appreciate the external examiners for a job well done. The achievements would not have been possible without the support and cooperation of our staff and students and the endorsement of the Governing Council under the dynamic leadership of our hard-working chairman and seasoned educationist, Mr. Matthew P. Noor, and the support of our Honorable Minister, Higher Education, Research and Science and Technology, who is always supportive and consistent support we found from him. The Chancellor, sir, as we mark the 13th Convocation ceremony, I wish to celebrate few of our achievements for the period under review. We are proud to report that from 2016 to date, we have trained 197 staff to attain higher degrees at various BSc, Master and PhD level. In addition, we have recently recruited many highly trained academics at professional and senior lecturer levels. As part of our mandate to community services, for the past 4 years, we have awarded tuition fee waivers amounting to 73 million DLCs. UTG has successfully facilitated the allocation of plots of land to the junior staff, increased the staff salaries and allowances by 25%, abolished all contract appointments and confirmed and placed all staff on permanent appointment with effect from 1st January 2021. This is a great achievement. It would have not been possible without the support of our Governing Council and the Line Ministry. A 4 classrooms block, a store and changing room of our auxiliary staff is under construction at our California campus. The same is being replicated at our Brikama campus. We have accomplished the refurbishment and renovation of the new UTG library at MDI premises. The library is well stocked with up-to-date books and journals. We have committed funds to the purchase of a software on plagiarism and academic writing to protect academic integrity. Currently, both staff and students are now enjoying access to journal database to facilitate their research. We are also thrilled to announce that UTG has established a Directorate of Research and Consultancy and subsequently awarded research grants to 41 faculty members. We have equally established a student Journal of Humanities and Social Sciences to promote Gambian studies. As a mark of victory for all of us from internally generated funds, UTG has recently awarded a contract worth of 6 billion DLCs for the procurement of laboratory equipment for the physical and natural sciences, and the same amount has been provided for this year as well. The university has developed a strategy to engage targeted stakeholders to attract more opportunity for the university, foster internationalization and alumni engagement. As such, we have recently partnered with UNDP, Comstech, among others. This year, the last year, the University of the Gambia has become the member of Comstech. UTG has recruited a Directorate of Facilities, Director of Student Affairs, Director of Research and Consultancy, and Chief Security Officer during the year 2020. These filled positions in University of the Gambia human resources added to the previous recruitment process during 2019-2022. Protecting Gambians from the diaspora have significantly improved the current staff profiling of the University of the Gambia. We have reviewed all our courses, assessed their relevance to the needs of the industry, repositioning and aligning program to the marketability. Despite the humble achievements this past year, we are still constrained with inadequate funding and learning infrastructure, resulting in huge unrealized receivables and non-competitive salaries and conditions of service which hinder our ability to attract the best and the brightest in the country to academia and to attract foreign students. It is urgent we face up to the reality that quality higher education requires adequate funding, not only from government, but also from private sector, development partners, and all other stakeholders in the country and abroad. I feel extremely positive about the year ahead despite the effects of COVID-19. I would like to thank most sincerely the members of the Governing Council for providing the policy framework, strategic directions and stewardship. We also wish to thank the government of the Cuba, the Federal Republic of the Nigeria, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, People's Republic of China, ECOWAS, ECRI, the German government through WASCL, the UNDP, UNIDO, World Food Program, UCAD, Gaston Berger University, Lyon, Yale University, Abadan University, Ocean State University, Comtech and Comset, QCell, QCity, GAMCell, GPA, and MOFSI for their partnership and support to conduct this beautiful 13th Convocation ceremony. Above all, I thank the government of the Gambia through the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology for its continued vigorous support and guidance to the university and its leadership. To our gallant graduates, I congratulate you on the completion of your academic pursuit in University of the Gambia. The road has surely been rough and the journey tedious, but you are here because you endured it all. Learning does not end with the graduation. If you want to continue being relevant and complete and competent in field we have trained you on, you must attach special importance to continuous learning and application of knowledge. As ambassadors of the university, we guided by the core values of the university, which are knowledge, trust, and development. Besides these values, I urge you to be disciplined, honest, and modest in all your endeavors. Before I take my seat, I have one commitment to make you as Vice Chancellor that I will be each one of you as allowable by the act and condition of service to grow your career to the pinnacle who each one you trades your career path to this pinnacle. However, it remains your responsibility. Once again, I am thankful you all especially His Excellency the Chancellor for finding time to come and celebrate with us on this auspicious occasion. I crave your indulgence to celebrate with your family at home, bearing in mind the current circumstances we all find ourselves because of COVID-19. Thank you very much.
Mr. Professor Pakistan welcome to the Gambia smiling course. I said to you, Mandimori, Command Mandimor, Adambola, I said to you. Fatuma, Katuma, Meltuma, Alaji Adamaro, Baroman Nasi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jolly. Your Excellency, members of the Council, I have the honor most respectfully to invite the Honorable Chancellor of the University of the Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, to address the convocation.
Alaji Adama Barrow. Jamano ke jonta duniyadi. Har jamu kero nyolati barako kero baro manna sabaraka dunia fere. Gambia diade na baro manna si Adama. Bayo le fama, kidendu le fama. Kusiken dawle kema bele Adama dunia fere. Ina le sonta kanda ulu.
Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Members of the National Assembly, Excellencies, Members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Chairman and members of the Vice Chancellor and members of Senate, distinguished invited scholars, staffs and students of the University of the Gambia, distinguished guests, graduates, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely pleased to grace this special occasion marking the 13th Convocation ceremony of the University of the Gambia, UTG, the pride of the nation. Today's ceremony signifies progress, and it underscores our commitment to educating our young men and women whose skills and training are badly needed for the socio-economic development of our dear country. The convocation also signals hope and the strong determination of the many youth who desire to uplift themselves, support their families, and contribute to national development by building their careers on sound academic disciplines and principles. I congratulate the graduates, staffs, and students of the UTG on making this occasion. The university faculty, particularly
Those who taught the graduating class deserve special commendation. We are very proud of both the staff and students. I must quickly observe to the graduates that today should be seen as the beginning of a transition phase for further engagements and achievements. I hope, therefore, the theme of my address, which is the meaning of life, challenges and opportunities after graduation, will stimulate you to reflect creatively on your future pathways. As graduates, you have completed an important period of your lives. Thus, if you have not done so already, now is the time to consider how to begin the next phase as adequately equipped and responsible persons. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the premise of this address is that one of the roles of the university is to groom good citizens for meaningful and fulfilling. Generally, university life is expected to equip students with experiences, higher analytical skills, creative thinking, and the ability to explore and act on useful knowledge. This should shape the students' behavior and thoughts for transformation into impactful citizenship. I am optimistic that to meet the expectations of your families, communities, alma mater, friends, and the nation as a whole, this graduation ceremony will help you, the young graduates, to reflect further on the meaning of life, its challenges and opportunities for a successful adult life and good democratic citizenship. Life may mean different things to us, but the general rules is that choices and priorities have to be made wisely in order to be able to handle the struggles and opportunities that characterize it the world over. For many successful people, the concept and purpose of life should be reflected in our actions. Hence, we should ask ourselves certain questions to guide our behavior and actions. As head of state, questions asked, are we content with the way society is? What can we do positively as individuals and collectively as a people to change the negative and harmful elements around us? How can we usefully and honestly serve our nation and society at large? What values and principles must we respect and never compromise? The honest answers to such questions could be crucial in the information of a person's personality and in determining how far one goes in life and what legacy one's likely to leave behind. It does not matter what our area of specialization is or what position we may hold. Occasional self-examination has the potential to guide us to higher heights while we live decent and useful lives. A guiding principle is to work towards earning a good reputation out of due diligence, selfless service, sincerity, and honesty. Let me stress to the entire student body, including the graduating class, that the teachings of your religion, be it Islam or Christianity, should be at the heart of your thought. The identity, if need be, identify suitable role models, especially from among the successful personalities you know, and strive to succeed by learning from them. Remember that society needs every person, and the Gambia needs patriots and law-abiding citizens who can build on the legacy of those who fought hard to leave behind a free country for us. In this respect, we expect all of you to respond to the national call for diligent and honest service to country. Ladies and gentlemen, people look up to the educated and cultured few with university certificates to plow back to society with their communities supported them to acquire that is the education that no one else can either buy or steal from them. Society expects the educated lot as graduates to jump onto the bandwagon of progress as leaders and effective change agents of development. I must warn our young graduates that life is not rosy all the way. There are trying challenges that need, so some of you know this very well. For you may have encountered challenges linked to admission matters, tuition fees, transport fares, buying books, passing certain examination papers, or you may have had family issues. As you step into the world of work, you should expect more difficult challenges, some of which have to do with your careers or workplace. The world is moving fast. Technologies are developing quickly and changing our lives significantly. The transformation in this area requires learning continually and catching up. Instability, social and economic setbacks around the world also affect our lives because we live in a very interconnected world. Nothing proves this more than the current global COVID-19 pandemic, which continues to ruin lives and destroy livelihoods. There are many other distractions present in our communities. Social ills such as burglary, drug peddling, cyber crimes, spreading fake news and hate speech, illegal migration and trafficking of people are examples that undermine peace and stability. Whereas people are bound to face challenges in life, especially after graduation, be comforted by the thought of the numerous possibilities to improve your lives and realize your personal and collective goals. Fortunately, some of you are already employed and will continue from where you had left. No matter what you will do, we wish you all greater prospects. Nonetheless, to add to the wisdom you have acquired, let me advise you to be confident. University education is truly a special gift. Act on what you know and apply your skills where necessary. Do not turn your back on books and other sources of information and knowledge. Remember that learning is a never-ending process. I am confident that the UTG is preparing its students sufficiently for life after graduation. We expect every university to build in its students the resilience to cope with different situations and thrive successfully in terms of good manners, strong character, positive values, relevant skills, and valuable knowledge that can stand the test of time. And underemployment are possible phases in a graduate's life. Like all social conditions, however, they are not permanent. Job opportunities will open up for those who are patient and innovative. Do not expect to win in every situation, but expect light at the end of every tunnel you may confront. Human wants and needs are unlimited, which means that there are unlimited industries to be created, unlimited businesses to be started, and unlimited jobs to be done. The limiting factor is human imagination and lacking the means to translate thoughts into actions. The UTG has trained you to think big. Therefore, do not suppress your dreams. You have received the critical tools that can deliver success. Believe in yourselves. Develop a passion around your goals and work hard enough to realize them. Without doubt, hard work and determination are the bedrock of personal success. Distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen, my government acknowledges the significant strides registered in the higher education sector over the last couple of years. Not to mention other qualifications, the degree holders who live and work in country or outside. We appreciate these achievements and assure you that education will always be given top priority by my government. I sincerely thank the staff and lecturers of the UTG for delivering in-country the much-needed education service and programs. Once again, I congratulate all of you, the UDG faculty and staff, the University Governing Council and other organs, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, and the graduates and their families for registering another significant milestone in the annals of the nation. The proposed National Youth Service Scheme should have started, but it has been suspended due to the pandemic. In spite of this, we believe that all the graduates will find something useful and meaningful. We wish you success in your future endeavors. Go out now and serve. The people are waiting. May God bless the UTG and bless the nation. I thank you.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, we've now come to the high point of today's big occasion, and that is the conferment of degrees. We'll start with the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Chancellor, sir, The persons whose names are listed in the brochure, having fulfilled the requirements of the statutes and the regulations of the University of the Gambia.
Good afternoon from everywhere you're watching us. You're watching iAfrica TV live, and we are covering the 13th Convocation ceremony of the University of the Gambia. And this is the third, I think the University of the Gambia is graduating over 900 students ranging from master's degree, PhD, and bachelor's degree. And I have my colleague in the studio here, Ndai Cisse. Ndai, I think I should just allow you to introduce yourself before we go into it.
Thank you so very much, Binta, and good morning, our wonderful viewers. Like you said, this is the 13th Convocation ceremony of the University of the Gambia, where over 900 students from various categories in the academic field, be it law, business, administration, economics, and all other forms of field in the University of the Gambia. As we as we all know, since the inception of the University of the Gambia, there have been graduating students, undergraduate and postgraduate students since the inception of the University of the Gambia in 1999. But due to the pandemic, that is the coronavirus pandemic, this was unable to hold last year. It's supposed to hold on 2021, but due to the coronavirus pandemic, this was not possible due to the pandemic. So the convocation ceremony in all part of the world, it is very, very important for our universities to graduate students that have completed their academic field, that have completed their studies in various forms of academics. So it's very important.
Thank you very much, Ndai. Moments ago, we just had the President of the Gambia giving his remarks at the ceremony, and he happens to be the Chancellor also. And Ndai, we had a lot of speakers here, and key speakers also. Okay, let's listen to what they're saying right now.
Proceed to shake hands with the Chancellor.
President of the Republic giving award to the degree holders and also confirming the postgraduate education. I mean, he just did this, and what do you think this signifies? And these people are going out there to showcase their talent.
Like I said before, Binta, convocation is very, very important in every student's life. This day is a day of tradition and symbolism. When I said symbolism, this is a day that's going to signify your position in life. It's going to signify whom you are going to be and what position you are going to hold in your life career. So it's the day in which all academic dedication and commitment are paid off. So I think this is a very great milestone for all the graduates that are present there today to have and receive their award as a graduate from the University of the Gambia. And this is a very important day for all parents at large, because seeing your kids or seeing your children, I mean, graduating from the highest education level in the Gambia with their awards, certificate, I think this is a very important day for all the parents whom you know their children are graduating today. This is a very great milestone for them today. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ndai. We actually had some of the speakers. I think we will go through what the key points that they actually said. We had the chairman also when he was speaking. He said some few things that people need to reflect on, and also the graduates also. Yeah, before with that, let's just go with the podium, because someone is saying something very important there.
As Chancellor, I confer upon all the master's degree in various programs in the School of Science of Medicine the allied health sciences, business and public administration, law, arts and sciences, and agriculture and environmental sciences of the University of the Gambia.
The graduates will now acknowledge the conferment with 3 chairs, raising their scrolls. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Thank you.
Aliman kor mun kilin na kor minister hainan santo sanyandola. Minister wo albunia vele na kor minister hainan siro santo sanyandola.
The deans of schools will present graduates in the following orders of school: School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, School of Arts and Science, School of Business and Public Administration, School of Education, School of Engineering and Architecture, School of Information Technology and Communication, School of Journalism and Digital Media, Faculty of Law, School of Medicine and Applied Health Sciences. Chancellor, sir, the requirements of the studies and the requirements of the University of the Gambia, and having been found worthy both in character and learning, wish to be received as graduates of the university holding bachelor's degrees of their various schools. I will now call upon the deans of the various schools to present their graduates.
Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences of the University of the Gambia. Students, please rise. School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Science in the program of the University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences of the University of the Gambia.
Thank you. Students, are you ready for cheers? 3 cheers? Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Thank you.
School of Arts and Sciences. School of Business and Public Administration, please get ready.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy, for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in Biology, Chemistry, Mathematics, Physics, Christian Studies, Development Studies, English Language and Literature, Geography, Islamic Studies, and Political Science of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Science in the programs of the School of the Arts of Sciences of the University of the Gambia.
3 happy chairs, School of Arts and Science. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! I'm sure you can do better. Hip, hip, hip! And congratulations to you all. God bless you.
I'm a Mabete, Ibavola Corona, Nafa, and Monkeys. Molibeba Davidina, young Kuno, Alamanki, young Kuno, Alamatala, Kuro, Etai, Mamma Corona. Why, Balada, Vanamo, Kuro, Kumbani, Mambala.
Will the graduates from the School of Business and Public Administration please stand as your names? Chancellor, sir, in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidable absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of degree of Bachelor of Science in Economics, Management, Accountancy, Human Resource Management, Public Administration, Banking and Finance, Marketing, and Tourism and Hospitality Management.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Science in the programs of the School of Business and Public Administration of the University.
The School of Business and Public Administration. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! School of Business and Public Administration. Hip, hip, hip! Congratulations and God richly bless you. Congratulations. Action, please. Engineering and architecture, please get ready. School of Education.
Chancellor, sir, in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of degree of Bachelor of Education of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Education of the University of the Gambia.
School of Education, 3 happy cheers for you. Hip, hip, hip! Why, Hana teacher here, Munela. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! God bless you and highest congratulations. Thank you very much. School of Engineering and Architecture.
Futaboyta kansalade. Malala ni bafula nyanna sane manoli mambete futaboyta kansala kan saminin tumanna belkolon kansala kelo wonte manhanye ka bunyan cholunya wolu mambete.
In the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidable absent, whose names appear on this list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Planning and Design of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Science in the programs of the School of Engineering and Architecture of the University of the Gambia.
3 happy cheers for the School of Engineering and Architecture. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Highest congratulations and God richly bless you. School of Information, Technology and Communication.
Fotuma, Ketuma, Midala Kabule, Nanako. Mama you konko man bete. Wakunyane na kanga sandanga merfo bagu mebubari ya kala byali mfetele jivoko de ekakansali alimantanga na kufuari. Yesu jivoso mambede na jivoso ta ile jivoso ta ntadiyala.
In the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Information System of the University of Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degrees of Bachelor of Science in the programs of the School of Information Technology and Communications of the University of the Gambia.
3 happy cheers for the School of Information Technology and Communication. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Happiest congratulations and God richly bless you. School of Journalism and Digital Media.
Fudaboda kansalakang malala yirbabu lanjanna sana manul mambete kolul mambete samanin tumanna.
By the authority, Chancellor, in the name and by authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Journalism of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the program of the School of Journalism and Digital Media of the University of the Gambia.
Thank you.
3 happy cheers for the School of Journalism. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Highest congratulations and God richly bless you. Faculty of Law. Chancellor, sir, in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list, and for whom I stand pro Bachelor of Laws of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degree of Bachelor of Laws of the University of the Gambia.
3 happy cheers for the School of Law. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! Congratulations and God richly bless you. School of Medicine and Applied Health Sciences.
Adonya maramanafi bayin jatima amal jafula endele jatima Muhammad
Chancellor, sir, but in the name and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following candidates, those present and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Science in nursing, public and environmental health, and Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery of the University of the Gambia.
By the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you all the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery in the programs of the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences of the University of the Gambia.
You have double three happy chairs. Hip, hip, hip! Hip, hip, hip! And a third one, hip, hip, hip! Highest congratulations and God richly bless you. We'll call on the registrar to please continue.
Yeah! Isilangon tataboro sana. Wallahi, ungalta mansola ginango. Silangon tataboro sana. Free charge.
Thank you, thank you. Honorable Chancellor, sir. I have the pleasure to invite Omar Keta, who is the 2019-2020 Valedictorian, to read the valedictory address for the December 2019, May 2020, December 2020 graduation classes of the University of the Gambia. Omar Keta, please.
Yes, Mbame da kundanga. Omar, danga da kundanga danga khala yula holde. Hamna le election taka. Yeah, bari vavele. Amarwo dunia vele. Ali la lolo nini. Mala dunia na dunia la bambale dunia vele. Wow, Nila. Buya kam tide. Hala nyungla hol buya kam tide. Ndang kandang.
Thank you everyone. Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency Adama Barrow, Honorable Cabinet Ministers present here, the Lord Chief Justice, the Speaker and members of the National Assembly, Chairman Mr. Manti Undur and members of the UDG Governing Council, the Vice Chancellor Professor Fakir Muhammad Anjum, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, members of Senate, distinguished scholars present here, thereafter I would find why to grace this occasion with us, deans of respective schools and heads of departments, lecturers, fellow graduates, families and friends of graduating class, members of the media fraternity, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to you all. I will begin by thanking the Almighty for having given me the strength, patience, and steadfastness to stand before this gathering as the 2020 Valedictorian of the University of the Gambia. I know it was a rough journey. It was no means easy, and there were many times when some of us thought that we will never reach this finish line, but we did. However, we probably all had those people who gave us a reason to continue. In this regard, I would like to thank my father and mother who couldn't get to this point with me, but always picked me up when I fell and also taught me how to get up each time I am knocked down. I know you both had left at moments when I needed you the most, but you left me with lessons that will continue to guide me in this world. Thus, I wish to thank you immensely, especially Mom, for being there for me, for the support, encouragement, and most importantly, for always giving me hope that things will be better. I love you both and couldn't be prouder of you. I wish I had better words to say this. Son has made it to the podium, and that this achievement is entirely dedicated to you. So rest in peace, Mom. Rest in peace, Dad. And I pray that the Almighty continues to bless you there. May the angels welcome you in paradise. Amen. Thus to all those people, parents, aunts, uncles, brothers and sisters, all the family, friends, and neighbors who stood by this class and helped us reach this milestone, thank you, and remember that this is your day as well. This convocation ceremony marks the 13th of its kind since the establishment of the university in 1999. And it is unique. Unique in the sense that for the first time, the UTG is graduating students with online class experience. For this reason, I stand with the view that the UTG is doing its best in serving the nation. The UTG has produced high-quality graduates in various disciplines: science and technology, health, law, journalism, social sciences and humanities, business, etc. And these graduates have been transforming the lives of many Gambians and the Gambia as a sovereign state. I therefore will not hesitate to acknowledge the role of the university in the implementation and attain meaningful development in the absence of quality education. An opinion shared with John F. Kennedy, former United States President, who said, I quote, "Our progress as a nation can be no swifter than our progress in education. Our requirements for all leadership, our hopes for economic growth, and the demands for citizenship itself in an era such as this all require the maximum development of every young American's capacity. The human mind is our fundamental resource." Chancellor, sir, we are convinced that your leadership is cognizant of this trajectory and is working tirelessly to keep on track. So on behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to submit to the entirety of the UTG administration that this graduating badge is indeed very much appreciative of the knowledge, skills, and attitude it has acquired from this institution, irrespective of the challenges faced, particularly at the beginning of the current global pandemic. Unlike many other universities in Africa that have decided to suspend their classes in response to the spread of the coronavirus pandemic, our UTG has come up with a strategic plan to ensure that classes are not withheld or suspended by introducing the online classes. In fact, without this indispensable initiative, thus we say a big thank you to Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Gomez, and all his task force members for championing the initiative. For they, together with the entire staff of the UTG, have left no stone unturned in the fight for the implementation of the online class program. This initiative has not only made us graduates, but has led to the continuity of activities for the continuing students. And the net product of this initiative is what is behind the continuity of affairs of the state as well. This is because the supply for quality human resources has since the beginning of the pandemic remained constant as far as the UTG is concerned. Also, One cannot speak about the online class program without commending the efforts of our two indigents GSM companies, Gamcell and QCell. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I say thank you to every staff of Gamcell and QCell for your selfless sacrifice and support. Indeed, the slogans Yaborom and Sunubos have been clearly manifested. And we look forward to the continuity of this support in as much as the pandemic passes. On the contrary, I also hope that the crisis ends in the soonest. Fellow graduates, I know you are all excited today, but you have worked hard for this. You have sacrificed for it and you have stressed for it. The truth is, not a single one of us here has had it easy. You had to work hard for it. You had to earn it. We all had our unique challenges. For some, the challenge was actually academics. You have struggled to cope in class. You have struggled to do your assignments. You have struggled to grab course materials. For others, the challenge was monetary. You have struggled to settle your payments every single semester. You have also struggled to pay an apartment or pay a fare every single day to school. You have also struggled to get stationaries. So you had to hold on to one or two jobs. For some, the challenge was health. You have battled with illnesses. For others, the challenge was actually social. You have battled to balance your family life or marriage with your education. You have struggled to balance your job with your education. And you have also struggled to fit in. All these were tough experiences. Unfortunately, the saddest experience, I would say, is the loss of some of our colleagues with whom we started the journey. I wish they were with us today to celebrate this joyous moment. However, on behalf of the UDG, I am extending my deepest condolence to the families and friends of the departed souls. May Allah reward their efforts and forgive their shortcomings. Here today, that is because you understand that though life has its valleys, it also has its mountains. Thus, it was not all full of challenges. Some of us made lifelong friends, and some found opportunities through the struggles. My experiences are not very different from some of yours. My life got started at the UDG in February 2016. It was a little rough start, but I managed to complete the first semester in May the same year. And in the early morning of August 19, back home, I got a knock on my door. It was my sister. I came out only to find out that my mother had few minutes to live on this earth. I got her to the hospital only to be told that she isn't anymore. I stood at that hospital gate, wishing, thinking, and hoping that it was a dream, but it wasn't. It was then that I thought that all the dreams and goals I had were not going to happen. If it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be standing here today. If it wasn't for my young brothers and sisters, there would have been no reason to continue. If it wasn't for the promise I made later, I wouldn't have made it to the finish line. I am talking about the demise of a woman who single-handedly took care of her family for nearly 2 decades. A woman whose daily struggles was to make sure there was something on the table for her family. She struggled to her last breath on this earth to get me to the finish line. But she isn't here when I made it. I had promised her that I'm going to and that I'll take care of my little brothers and sisters because my dad had died 16 years earlier. That promise made me stand here today. I've struggled for 4 years as a contract teacher between Brikama and Esau, my hometown, for the entire period of my studies at the UDG, a distance of roughly 50 kilometers on this other side of the river. That is because I had promised my mom. I had to struggle to cross the river from Esau to Brikama on a regular basis. That I promised my mom. I had to combine this with looking after my brothers and sisters in fulfillment of that promise. Many times people tell me it is impossible to walk at the other end of the river and be studying in Brikama. But I did it, and that is because I had promised my mom. There were moments that it became so tough, but I didn't give up, and I didn't quit. That is because I had promised my mom. So here is what I know, that behind every adversity there is a blessing and gift, that will be a great foundation on which to build and grow, that when they occur, we can use them as a source of motivation, and that when they occur, we should always find a reason to continue. In that way, we will honor all those people who have invested in us. I also remember what my former dean, Professor Gomez, used to tell us: never surrender when faced with difficulties, that we can overcome them and reach the mountain top. Thus, you can't let the past get you down. You have to focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow. But if you focus on the wound, you will continue to suffer. Now to my fellow graduates and continuing students, I believe we owe it as a duty to this country to prosper and be good ambassadors of the UDG. Always remember that real success is not how many big houses you own. Real success is not how many fancy cars. Real success is the difference we made in the lives of others. That is the hallmark of real success, and that is what defines who we are. As Nelson Mandela said, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Uncle. The UDG has blessed us academically, socially, and psychologically. And I suggest the best way to use those tools is not only to better ourselves, but also to improve our society. There is nothing wrong with chasing individual dreams. Individual advancement is important, but we need to take up the challenges faced by our country and make it our own, because we have a debt and an obligation to those who lend a hand in getting us here today. The degrees we are about to receive came as a result of investment by others, and our generation is responsible for the future of this country. Thus, if you make it, strive to widen the cycle of possibility and generosity for others. I know it won't be easy. We will be tested. We won't always succeed, but it can be done because we have the skills and mental power. I know doing nothing is not an option, so let us envision together to what we can do to make this country a better place. There is need to work harder and think harder. So class of 2020, the hard road does not end here. Our journey has just begun. Our degree is not a free pass. It won't protect us against every setback, challenge, or mistake. We will make some. We are going to have to keep working hard. We are going to have to keep pushing ourselves. And if we push ourselves and build on what we have already accomplished here, then I couldn't be more confident about our futures. I am hopeful and I am excited about what we have all achieved. I know that we are armed with the skills and experience to enable us to leave our marks on this world. Thus, to the class of 2020, the world needs your help, Africa needs your help, but most importantly, Lower River region needs your help, Central River region needs your help, River region needs your help, North Bank region needs your help, and of course, Coast region needs your help. Finally, I would like to extend my profound gratitude to the following people and institutions. The University of the Gambia through the Vice Chancellor Excellence Award for the Sciences. They were the sole sponsors of my education at the UTG, decision of the university's strive towards the attainment of affordable education for all students. Thus, I am grateful, for I couldn't have made it without your support. Professor Anjum and the rest of your management team, thank you for the opportunity. To my brothers and sisters at home for standing by me during the course of my struggle at the UTG, Thank you. I promise to make it up to you. To my friends and well-wishers, thank you for all encouragements and support. I appreciate you all. To the Mbobojang and your family, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement. It couldn't have been better. I know I have never thanked you properly, and even now that I am thanking you so publicly, words can never express the depth of my gratitude to you and your family. And to my roommate, Alfuseni Bojang, thank you for the patience and understanding when I had to scatter the whole room with my papers and handouts, and when you had to switch off the TV because I had to read. A special thanks goes to the University of the Gambia, especially to the lecturers in the School of Arts and Sciences, who are always committed to the success of every student. We are honored for the knowledge you bestow in us and continue to bestow in others, and may God the Almighty reward you for your selfless services. To the management, teachers, and students of Esaucino Secondary School, for understanding when I wasn't available, when you needed me some of the times. Sirif Mamu, thank you for the free printings. I couldn't have forgotten you. I am sincerely grateful. Finally, thank you all the class of 2020 for all your support. And on your behalf, thank you to those who, in one way or another, contributed to our success today. Congratulations. Thank you. God bless you and God bless the Gambia.
Omar Kesa, Musoma Karamari Soma, Mandi Soma, Volani Mandi Soma Labang, Mandi Mansora Muti, Kesa Mansaring, Marina Badula, Emaya Convent Bank, Walamuki Uncle Labosity, yeah, Badibuya Yatela. Yeah, Omar Bulgata, Imagine Nuni Beji Bella, Tamadu Mandindo Mandinde.
Thank you very much, Jolly.
No.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, the next item on the program is the presentation of awards for academic excellence.
No.
These awards are presented to the graduates who have achieved the highest academic standing in their respective programs of study. December 2019 cohort. Overall best graduating student, Omar Keta, BSc Biology, summa cum laude. Ibrahima L. Damfa, silver medal winner, second best graduating student. BSc Human Resource Management, summa cum laude.
No, Damfa.
Sharif Fadil Sonko, third best graduating student, bronze medal winner, BSc Computer Science.
Oh, wow.
May 2020 cohort, student, gold medal winner, BSc Accountancy, summa cum laude. Alaji K, second best graduating student, silver medal winner. BA Development Studies, summa cum laude. Ya Khadijai, third best graduating student, bronze medal winner, BSc Political Science, summa cum laude. Fanta Fofana, overall best graduating student, medicine, gold medal winner. Lamin OPI, second best medicine, silver medal winner.
Namu.
Our Loba, third best graduating student in medicine, bronze medal winner.
Tonya.
We also have special awards donated by the Q Group. Sharif Ahmed Fadil Sonko, Best graduating student in computer science, Fatu Seka. Best graduating student in information systems, plaque winner, donated by the Kim Group. Omar Keta, Victorian, Bachelor of Science in Biology, summa cum laude, plaque winner, donated by Kim Group. Ibrahima L. Damfa, Student Leadership Award. Joanna Gomez is the winner of Comstech essay writing competition. Thank you.
Why sell fair wood golden jewel jigeni gata? It's not fair. It's not fair wood. My man kissing a guy. This is not fair. Jigeni gata golden jewel. Who did it? Good night. Sulamori mandimo Nyamali baravambe mandimo ma Professor Gomez Naja nyunga birikama kolegile Gomez Aduna Kolal Magai Muna funding Jolibere Belginta la Kaizola Muna funding Nanjolo Nasa Dunia vele Keta mansaring Narma kamandim ka Omar Keta Nuru somanin ka nambali soma Omar wake Muta jang hay nang ko khol lele Ina la sonta mansadila Mum kam burla de ki mandi Keta mansaring.
Let me seize this opportunity to announce, it's not on the list, but for the School of Journalism and Digital Media, there is a school award being given to Mahjuba Maya Fall, magna cum laude. So that award will be made privately at the school. But for you to know that Mahjuba Maya Fall has won the School of Journalism Award Best Student. Thanks.
Kalagi se foli en so lindo de sanyen dolang afambura masanya banta manduani chika bantale ye dunia vele alinga sadabo mobadu ada baino da alinga sadadi ada baro manasi why not Abnel Sanwala, Wanda Len Susuba, Bole Ame Gente Manu, Nehegel, I will see you later, they see you now. This is not it. Adam Bora will see you later, I want to see you now. Wow, Lutaman Boy, I mean, get the moment, hey, Jaliba, I will see you later, I'm now.
Now, the last sets of awards donated by the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. Madun Marong, Best Graduating Student in Education. Adama A.J. Top and Alpha Omar Ba, the third Best Graduating Student in Education. Can you please step forward quickly?
Alinda! Munafura malale bunya mwaka mbunya munafura malale zene manyina njati mala mamirja fura kana Omar Bari fura seri Bari nana moji baba moji bingena bonota ahalata fenali misalo minima nana moji baba moji bingena bonota ma jadi suso dunia sele kul bota ne mungi mul aduna nehu xonna gaay di suba wallahi tele boñ am ngeen boñ ñi ñaka boñ mu ñoo mata waye boñ dafa important ñi mo kadum so man nga ñamu mu ngaje ñi nga do ko wala wallahi ñi moy do ko ka janne ha ale ma ko influence do ko ke
Chancellor, sir, I now invite the Convocation Choir to render a song in honor of the 2019-2020 graduates.
Go. ta ngeen suma yaram bi sedda guy dafa sàngoor waaye sedda na guy.
Thank you, University Choir, Honorable Chancellor, sir, dear friends, the pomp, pageantry, and fanfare that characterize this colorful ceremony is about to draw to a close. All good things must come to an end. To dissolve this convocation, I now have the honor, most respectfully, to invite the Chancellor, His Excellency Adama Barrow, to declare the 13th convocation ceremony closed.
I now declare the convocation for the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates closed.
Kunsali Toma Adama, Bena President Lama Baruman Nazi Abaraka.
May we please rise for the to remain upstanding as the Chancellor's procession leaves the convocation ground in reverse order.
Welcome back. You're still watching iAfrica TV, and that was the President declaring officially declaring that the official convocation ceremony closed. Now you're still watching, like I said, iAfrica TV. They is with me in the studio.
Well, thank you so very much, Binta. This is indeed a great milestone for all the migrants. So for all the graduates, rather. As you can see, getting dressed in that beautiful gowns is one of the great achievements in the academic performances. Because like I said before, this convocation ceremony is a great milestone for all the graduates that are graduating today. So this is indeed very good. Saying the President, as we all seen earlier, the graduates have been awarded certificates from various different forms of schools, like we have School of Business, Law, and of course Economics. So the various students that performed, that did well in various forms of subjects, have been given certificate for their wonderful performances. So this is indeed a great move,
Indeed emotional. They, as we can see, most of the students were so emotional, and some of them were very happy. And I think this is a great thing for the country, as this is the first time I think the country is graduating a lot of students with this number. The number is too high.
And indeed, with the realities of the COVID-19 pandemic, because as we all know, COVID-19 has affected all the sectors in the country, be it economic and then you mean social and then religious. It has affected all sectors in the country. But regardless of that, the University of the Gambia, is able to graduate 900 students, with online classes experiences, because it could be recalled that during the start of the pandemic, when the virus is at its peak, most of the institutions have embarked on online classes. That is in order for students not to miss their lectures, and then in order for them to cover up their syllabuses, they have been given online classes. So due to that, this, like I said, is a great move, because regardless of the pandemic, Gambia is able to graduate 900 students
successfully.
Exactly, with online class experience.
I think
it's indeed a great move.
Yes, it's really, really great, and I think it really affected the students in some way, because you can see, I had the professors, some of the professors also saying the same thing, that it affected the students in their education, and we also had the president also elaborating on that. But nevertheless, also he actually advised the students to put this into good practice, and also they're going out there to also deliver to the nation. Give back what they have learned.
That is very good, because in life, wherever you go, you must be ready to take up challenges. So it's just a matter of time, you as a person, to be able to identify or to be able to know how to deal with that challenges. So I think that is a very, very good, important thing for the graduates to take note of that. They should be able to identify some of the challenges, and they should be able to also identify on how to tackle those challenges in life, because as we all know, life is all about challenges. So
now, before we go, I think we should just give a little bit history, a brief history of how the campus also started.
Indeed.
The campus was founded in 1998 in Kotu, kind of thing, in a suburb of Serekunda. It was not until 1999 that the University of the Gambia started to offer classes following a law passed by the National Assembly of the Gambia. In 1999, 300 students were reported to have been enrolled. As of 2002, the number of academic staff was 42. Just synchronize this. Then 42 students, and now those were enrolled, like 42, and now 900 students. And now we are talking about having thousands of students being enrolled by the University of the Gambia. This is a great move.
This is a great move. Like I said, it is a great move, and we've seen other professors from outside countries coming here to attend the graduation of 900 students. This signifies that Gambia is having a bilateral or good relationship with other universities outside the country. So like you said, this is a very good move for the Gambia at large.
And then on that also, we've seen the professors also, from different universities in other countries also, they saw their willingness in working with the University of the Gambia. I think this is going to help in performance, and also academic performance, and also any other thing that has to move the university. Now, my name is Binta Jallo, and in the studio I'm with Day Cisse. Day Cisse is my colleague, and have a good afternoon.
The Gambia may be the smallest country in Africa, but it will host the second largest gathering of